sure that we get some people on board. But we're starting right about now.
Okay.
Welcome back. Welcome to Tioluwa Nimi.
Thank you.
I was thinking, I was like, I'm not going to get this name wrong. And I just did. Okay.
No,
Welcome
no,
to
you got it.
Tioluwa
You got it
Nimi.
right.
Right? I
Tioluwa,
got it
yeah.
right.
You got it right.
Okay. Tioluwa Nimi is an international student at the University of Sunderland. And I'm just excited because Tioluwa had followed this channel while she was in Nigeria. She carried me along with her journey, and now she's currently doing her research. When I put up on Instagram that I would like to feature international students on the channel to come and share their experiences, Tioluwa did not hesitate. So thank you so much, T, for doing this. I really appreciate the fact that you're always helping. I remember when we did a webinar on how to, academic writing webinar. I remember you volunteered on the channel as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hopefully that webinar has been helping you so far with your academic writing.
Oh, yes, it has actually. It has been helping.
Okay. I have a whole lot of questions here to ask Tioluwa. I hope you're ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
So guys, please, thank you for joining. You can please share this link on your pages or your social media so that people can at least see it and join. Since the other link is not working, at least if you share this link, we can have a bit more people. I'm going to save this video so that after the live, other people can still watch it. However, it is better if you're live with us so you can ask your questions and Tioluwa can be able to answer them. Yes, welcome. Now, T, I have 10 questions. However, you know how it is in school now. One question can come with children, grandchildren. Yes. So based on the response you give us, I will know if to ask you further questions or to skip some questions. Okay. My very first question here is, why did you select the University of Sunderland?
Why did I select University of Sunderland? I think, so when I I'd applied to 3 schools before, like I gained admission to 3 different universities, Bournemouth Uni, RGU, that's Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen, and then University of Sunderland. And when I weighed my options, I think I'm going to start from fees wise, the school fees. The school fees was in the range of what I could afford. So Bournemouth was, I think, about 17,000 or 18,000 pounds. RGU was around 14, I think, and Sunderland to 14, they're about 14,000. But I think one of the reasons why I selected Sunderland was, one, I had a friend there, so it would give me soft landing. That's number one. Two, I heard that my friend had told me that University of Sunderland had like student scholarship, so for accommodation. So accommodation scholarship for students, and I'm like, you know what? This is it. I heard that there are also.
Is it an automatic scholarship for the accommodation?
No. Okay. No, it's not. So immediately I gained the admission, I started sending out emails. I had not commit my 3,005 yet. Immediately the school gave me the admission. I just started sending them emails that, I'm interested in the accommodation scholarship, and I paid my commitment fee, and that's the acceptance fee, and then eventually when it was time for me to resume I got it. So it was, but of course a lot of other people didn't get, so it's a first come first serve basis. Check here, have you fulfilled the first commitment process of accepting the offer, paying your 3,005. If you've done that, they can see that you're serious about pursuing this, and then first come first serve, they give you the accommodation scholarship.
So the accommodation scholarship is 100%?
Yes, actually, it's 100%.
Wow. So guys, University of Sunderland offers 100% accommodation scholarship on a first come first serve basis. So That's one good reason to select the university. So the first
Exactly.
reason was the affordability as compared to
Affordability
other options, and then
options.
accommodation
Yeah.
scholarship. And you had a friend there.
I had a friend, and then they also have like school buses. So
You're just a baby. You
no,
just wanted to be pampered.
you know the school bus. I mean, like the same bus can take you like we have like three different buses. That's 700, 701, 702. It takes you from the campus. You know, it also take you to like the city center for free. All you need to do is to show your ID. It will take you to your hostels, like so there are major hostels that it would take you to. So like those things are like the perks. I'm like, okay, it's going to save me
So you
some.
knew about this before you applied to
I
Sunderland?
did
You
my
knew about the school
research.
bus? How
Yeah,
did
I
you
knew
find
about
out about the school bus
my
ish?
friend. So I had a
Okay, your
friend.
friend that was there,
My
right?
friend that was there had told me that, oh, these are the things. And I was at first I was like, let me just think about it. But when I reevaluated it, I'm like,
Yeah, your options.
that's why.
Wow. So you mean you within campus you can take the bus to any the city center without paying
Yes,
anything?
without paying. So from campus, you just once the bus comes, you show your ID card at the bus stop and you to take it to city center without paying.
So, but can you take the bus at city center back to campus?
Yes, you can take the bus at city center back to campus. So it's at the different designated bus stops. It comes at that time. So it's just like the normal buses.
Mm-hmm.
But some other buses you have to pay.
Oh,
This particular 700, 701, 702 buses, you do not pay. You just show your
wow.
ID card and
That's
you enter.
interesting. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you can go take the bus to any part of the city, anywhere at all.
No,
No,
no.
just city
So
center.
it's within. So the hostel, we have like two campuses. Like we have like the major campus and then my own campus,
Mm-hmm.
South campus. Then you can also take you to your hostels. So like accommodations, we have Clanny House, Kochekwe. It will take you to those houses too. And yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. I'm just hearing this for the first time, which is why I'm doing this, because most of the experience I share on my channel is mine. And I completed my school about a year ago. So I'm like, I need fresh information. I need fresh ideas. I need people to hear from current international student, which is why this session is like, I'm going to be doing this more often. So please, if you're watching and you're a current international student and you would like to feature on the channel, if you got scholarship, if you got funding, or you did your thing all by yourself, we just want to know the different experiences that people have. Because I've been hearing a lot in the news lately, some people are really lamenting of
Mm.
how they are suffering as international students. Other people are enjoying the process. Some people say, oh, it's very difficult to get jobs when you're done. Other people are saying the other thing. So people's experiences are different. And when we share these options, then other people that are intending to proceed with study in the UK, they will be able to make informed decisions. So guys, well, if you're just joining us, Tiolua has answered why she chose University of Sunderland. She said they have free buses, oh, they have free school bus from campus to city center to hostel. You see? So if you attend this university, it means you're going to save some money for transportation. When I went to Sheffield, I know that there are a couple of schools in Sheffield. There's Sheffield Hallam University, there's
Yeah.
University of Sheffield. Within the town, wherever you're going in a bus, once you show your ID, you're going to pay £1.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
me, when my ID was London, I studied in London, but they didn't bother to check. As
To
long as they
check.
see that is a student card, they just
Mm-hmm.
allow you £1, which is also very good. That does not happen in London. Nobody cares about you. Just if you're a student in London, just buy the student discount
Yeah,
card, you
cards.
know, Oyster card. That's the only discount you're gonna get for transportation. So that's a good thing. Now, I would like to ask you, I have gotten a lot of questions like, oh, Couscous, I applied to this university since November. They've not gotten back to me. When I got 7 admissions in 7 different universities because I was looking for scholarship. Calm down, calm down, calm down. Because I was looking for funding. I noticed that some universities you apply and they'll get back to you in a week. Other ones you apply, they'll get back to you in a month. Some universities will tell you ahead of time when you submit your application, they'll say, oh, give us this amount of time to get back to you, right? Which I
Yeah.
believe is a very good practice. So people can manage their expectations
Expectations.
and know when to get feedback. For instance, I think Queen Mary said they were going to get back to me at the end of 1 month. That's 30 days. Because I think I submitted my Queen Mary application first week of January. And by maybe first week of February, I had gotten my response. So can you tell us, after you submitted your application to University of Sunderland, how long did it take for them to get back to you?
It was 5 days.
Wow. Wow.
It
Okay.
was
There's something.
it was the fastest ever. So a lot of people right now, are going through, delays in response. But I think when I
Yeah.
applied, so I applied. Don't get me wrong. I didn't apply. I applied like 5 months or 6 months before. Like so, I applied in August. I was
August of
supposed to
the
go for
previous year.
previous year exactly. I was supposed to go for February of the following year.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
knew those people that were going for September batch, the November batch, I think September and October, so I can't remember. They, of course, there will be delays, but because I was part of the next year batch, it was really fast.
Yeah.
So that
So
was
the
why
earlier you apply, the
the
better.
better.
Wow. So they got back to you in 5 days.
I got
Five
my
working days.
conditional 5 working days. It was like the fastest, and it was like the last school I applied to.
Okay. So what was the length of time for the other schools that you applied to?
I think RG took about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, there about three
That's Robert
weeks.
Garden.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rubber Garden took
Mm.
about 3 weeks. Bournemouth took 1 month, I think. Yeah, took about 1 month. They're
Mm.
about on to me. But Sunderland was very quick.
5 days. That means their staff were not on leave that period.
5 days. I was even shocked. I was like, when did I apply? But yeah, took about five
Wow.
days.
That's very interesting then. Okay. But then there are some universities that say, I feel like 30 days or 1 month is a reasonable length of time,
Yes.
as
Hmm.
long as the university says ahead of time, at least notify students how long they should wait.
Yeah.
Because waiting in perpetuity is an issue. The Chevening scholarship applicants, they're already getting to me and saying, oh, coach, I applied to this university a long time ago. I've not gotten any response. What should I do? Should I apply to other schools? I don't feel it's proper to just keep people waiting in perpetuity. Just let them know,
Hmm.
okay, what is your turnaround time? Let us know. We can work with that. And then
Yeah.
some universities will tell you, if it is up to, if you don't hear back from us on maybe on the 5th week, email us. That's also a guide. It helps.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to move forward. Hey, you're not only going to tell us all the good things about this your university, you're going to tell us an unfiltered experience.
Unfiltered. Don't worry, I'm here for
Unfiltered
the tea.
experience.
Everything. We're not hiding anything here.
Okay.
We're going to be 100%. Don't worry.
All right. So it took you 5 days after your application for them to get back to you. How long did it take for you to get your CAS? I want to assume that you got your CAS after you paid your deposit, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Please take the floor. How
You don't
did
get
you get your CAS? What was the
you
process?
don't get your cars after you paid your deposits, because after you paid your deposits, yeah, you would now start the process.
Mhm.
Like the process, now they've seen that, oh, you're
You're
interested, you've
interested.
accepted the offer. So that is when the whole rigorous process will start. Now you have to keep your proof of funds. You have to make sure that your proof of funds has hit 28 days in your account. I don't know if it has
Wait,
changed.
wait, 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 wait. Before you get your CAS.
Before you get your CAS, that
Oh,
is
oh, oh,
University of
oh, oh.
Sunderland.
I didn't used to relate to when people are telling me couscous, I need proof of funds to get cash. I didn't used to relate because I didn't
You need
understand. In
it.
my mind, proof of funds is when you're applying for visa. So you need proof of funds for cash.
You need your proof of funds. They need to even see the ATM card. Like, I think they've stopped it. My friend said that they had stopped it, but for my set, we had to send like the picture of our ATM card that is tied to the account.
Is
Yes,
that safe?
it's of course it's to the what is to call it body. it's not like you're sending it to, it's the what's it called, their name, immigration consulting team, do you get?
For
And
the
you're not like showing
university.
them, yeah, the university, you're not showing them your CVV behind. It's just the front.
And
That's all they want
wow.
to see. Then you have your questionnaire. There's the what interview questionnaire that you would actually have to fill. Like, it's, you need to show the immigration team that why do you want to come to Sunderland? Why do you want to come to the UK?
So Sunderland has that CAS interview that I've been
Yes.
hearing about.
So exactly, but this one,
Wait, they have that CAS interview. Even Queen
yes,
Mary did not have CAS interview.
we have
What
CAS
is
interview.
University of Sunderland that
We
they are
have CAS.
asking for
So the
CAS
CAS
interview?
interview is question. So it was like, it's not like face-to-face interview or
Same
online
thing.
interview, but you would have to write, you would have to type and give
Are you
assurance.
serious?
But why do you want to come to Sunderland? Why?
Wait, I have a question. Did you not answer those questions in your personal statement? That's why they gave you the admission in the first place. Why are they not asking you plenty questions?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I'm learning. It's really
Like,
important.
I was like, when I said, I'm like, what is this questionnaire? I think it was about 4 pages or about 3 pages. I'm like, okay, what do your parents do? You know, what position are you or something? When did you leave school? How long was the gap between when you left school and when you want to come do your masters? What's your job experience? You know, all those
Okay. But
questions.
those questions are in the application form. The university application form too.
You still have to fill it for your question. So for me, I didn't do the application, the beginning of the application myself. It was, I had like an agent, register that for me. But the questionnaire and everything, of course, I
You
did
did it
myself.
yourself.
Yes, my personal statement I did myself, but the registration to, I want to apply to Sunderland. It was a Sunderland agent that did it
That
for
did
me.
it for you.
Exactly, that did started the
So
application.
so you're saying that at the point of this questionnaire, you hadn't paid any deposit, right?
No, at the point of the questionnaire, you'd have paid your deposit. When they've received your deposit is when
They'll
they're going
now
to
send you the
that
questionnaire.
questionnaire. They will now tell you, oh, you need to start your proof of funds. By the time before you get your cash, you need to have submitted that questionnaire. You need to submit your proof of funds, your bank statements. You need to have submitted it. You need to have submitted, uploaded your passport, uploaded your WIAC results, like on your own
Again.
data, again, yeah, your transcripts. You need to have uploaded all those things again. When you now do that, after everything, when they've cleared you, when immigration has cleared you that OD, because for me, I had an issue, like the money I had in my proof of funds, I did not know that it was, I think it was 100K difference. So they actually had to tell me that, do I want to go and put the 100K in the account and start another 28 days process of it? I'm like,
So did
you
you
say
do
what?
that?
You say?
So did you
No,
do that?
no, I didn't. So I had the option of paying, like paying some part of the school fees instead of doing
Okay.
that. So I just paid part of the tuition again, so that my proof of funds will remain as that. I didn't have that.
Wow. I think I kind of understand why they may do that. I think what they are doing is reducing the possibility of visa rejections for their
Yeah.
students,
Mm-hmm.
because that questionnaire is basically going to screen you. And then the proof of funds is like they want to access your documents and access your, suitability to get
Credibility.
the visa.
Yeah, very true. So that was
So what was the duration like after? Okay, between this, you got the admission and you getting the cast. All these in between, what was it? Was it like 2 months, 3 months?
so when I got the admission, I went MIA. I told you I had like 3 different admissions. So
Yeah,
I was doing my research back to back.
yeah.
It took me,
Which
I
one
got the
should you go
admission in
for?
August. First, the last week of August was when I got the admission. I think, yes, the last week of August. But I did not, was it last week of, I think either last week of August or first week of September. I know that it was between
That period.
that period. I didn't go back to my agent or anything until November.
Okay. That was like, okay.
It took me like 2 months to get myself together. Oh, do I want to go to? I had to pray because it's another thing to get my head. No, different. I'm a Christian, so I always
Yeah.
have that God factor that I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
go somewhere that I would come and suffer or go through stress. You get
Yeah.
this UK is not where you will come to and not have that backing. So I had to take out time to pray and understand what I was doing and where I was going to go to. So
Mm.
eventually, I chose Sunderland too. I became very serious with the process in November. So
Mm.
I became very serious with the process in November. I started, I raised my form A. I did my the day I raised my form A, I sent it to them. They maybe sent me my questionnaire. That's the
Mm.
visa questionnaire and all that. Yes. So when I'd gotten my telex that school had gotten the money, that was when I now sent the form, the field form, and I sent my proof of funds and all of that. So I'll tell you that when I started in November, it took about November, December,
Mm.
towards the end, the first week of January.
Mm.
I think was it first week or second week of January was when I got my what is it,
Cass.
my CAS. Because I
So
kept
that's like two
sending
months.
2 months, I kept sending emails. I kept, through the agent, I would even call because after a while, after I sent all my documents, after everything, immigration had told me, oh, you're cleared. Like the school immigration team, I said you're cleared. I said, oh, that
Yeah.
you'll get your CAS soon. There was a 2 week silence from school. Like, I
Okay.
didn't hear anything. And I was like, what's going on? What's happening? I kept calling, but we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you was what I was guessing until I think it was second week in January, I got my CAS.
Okay, but at least they were responding to your emails.
Yes, they were responding to my emails. They did. So it was the second
Not
week in January.
bad. Not
And I
bad.
think they had like an attack or so. So there was a time when they had like a downtown on their web, on
Yeah,
their site
system.
and all, yes, on their system. So there was that MIA silence period. But I think when they got
Hmm.
this up and running, they now got back to me. Like, yeah.
Wow. That means everybody should just always start on time. Because
Exactly.
I didn't have any. Well, I usually don't use my experience as a general rule because I think there are a lot of exceptions in my case. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that means you have to get your proof of funds ready for you to go to University of Sunderland. Very
Yeah.
important for you to even get your CAS.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm not gonna ask you questions about your visa application because I already scheduled a live with another person
That's it.
who did not just do their visa alone, but with a dependent, because I get a lot of questions about visa and dependent visa. So in our
Okay.
next live that is going to be on Friday, we're going to address issues with visa. So I'm going to completely skip visa issue. Now,
Okay.
Tiolua, when you arrived in school, what did the
Mhm.
university do to help you settle in?
Okay. So when I arrived in school, I arrived because I had issues with my visa, but let's keep that part. Um, I arrived a week after orientation. I think I arrived the last day of orientation. So, but I couldn't do anything because my flight was delayed in London, connecting to Newcastle. I stayed another 7 hours in Heathrow, unplanned 7 hours because of Qatar's issue, ever. But anyways, let's scratch that. So when I got to Sunderland, I had missed orientation. But what
Wow.
my school did was my model leader decided to have meetings in between for we new intakes. Like he said there was an email sent to us that if you missed orientation, there's going to be like a meeting with the model leader
Mm,
to catch up on, the thing, like a summary of the things you've missed. So yeah, I there was that meeting with my model leader. So it kind of helped and gave guidance, to
okay.
what I needed to do or what we'll be doing on campus here.
Nice. I at least orientation is very important. I also missed my orientation, but I tried joining online because mine was during COVID, so they
Yeah.
gave us the online option. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, missing orientation can be very demoralizing. You said something about having issues with your visa. Can you just give us I know we're not talking about visa, but just give us an highlight. Maybe somebody can pick one or two things from it. What happened?
Okay, so I think my issue was my name issue. So the name that I had on my, like, I'm using in my corporate world right now, one of the names is not on my birth certificate. I changed it in uni, but the whole NI issues, they said it was going to take about 10 weeks or 12 weeks to fix. I'm like, you know what, don't worry. Let me leave the name on my birth certificate like that. But what happened was, for visa, I had to upload my CV. I had to upload one affidavit to say that, oh, I'm still the same person, then two
Person.
names and all that. But guess who made a mistake? Because I did self-upload. I uploaded myself. I made a mistake. Instead of me to use the new affidavit to say that, Tiluanime is still the same person as the other names that you can see, I said the other person, like I was like, it's Tiluanime. I want to be that's the name. As in, I was telling this office
Wait.
that
Was the fault from the affidavit itself?
I wrongly uploaded. Uploaded the wrong affidavit. So I uploaded the one I was using in school instead of the one to say that, or read the one I just want, that the birth certificate name is still my name.
Yeah,
And
it's the
that's the
same
name I want to
person
be called, exactly.
going
And the name
forward.
down is still the same person. But instead, I uploaded the one I had been using in uni to say that, I don't want to be called, I'm still the same person, but my
But
new
you
name
don't
is,
want to be.
and
So they are like, what's going on? I'm
for 3 weeks,
confused.
there was total silence. My friend got her visa in like 10 days. She didn't do express, so I didn't even do express. She got her visa in like 10 days. And I kept checking. What's going on? And then I now paid. I had for like three whole weeks, nothing. I now paid for what used to call it. There's this paid
Priority.
email. No, there's this paid email
Okay.
thing that you do to find out query to
What?
find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So thankfully I did that. I think the next day they sent me an email that my whole visa application is confusing. I'm telling you the
So why
truth.
didn't they just email you and say that? If you did
That they
not
don't
email, why?
understand, like, what that I should, that they need me to re-upload all my documents again. I'm like, so am I going to wait another 3 weeks?
So that was the second. That was they responded to you a day after you submitted that. You wrote that email.
Yes, after a day after. So maybe they were going to already have responded to me, but maybe
Hmm.
the paid email did something. I don't know.
Of course, once you
So
pay any service, you pay priority for. They would also
so
prioritize
immediately,
it.
like the next day, I got that email that I should
Wow.
re-upload all my documents. I'm like, when I saw the error, I just did like this because
Three
I'm like,
weeks later.
this is human. This is me. I caused this error. Like, my village people, like, you guys
They
following
are
me. Like,
following you.
I'm like, I had to be like, take the
Wow.
new affidavit. No, I was like, what? So I did that,
So
and by the
yeah,
time I uploaded everything in less than, I think in less than 5 days, actually,
yeah, because
they
they
got
already
back to me.
considered the application.
Exactly. So in less than 5 days, they responded back. Oh, come and pick up your passport. Was it 5 days? Let's just say 5 to 8 working days. Sure. Yeah,
Mm.
they responded
Well,
back.
this is a lesson to people, right? Because I also had issues with my visa, but the fault wasn't from me. So it
Okay.
was from them. However, I still had to reach out to them for them to confirm that there was a problem. Although I didn't do it by myself, it was the training program officer that did it. So
Mm,
the standard processing time for visa is 21 working days. So first of all, it is important that you apply for your visa on time. And secondly, once it gets to 22nd working day and you don't get a response,
yes, it should be
send
worth
that email, because
email.
it
Mm-hmm.
this just goes ahead to show that they would rather you reach out to them than just tell you what is wrong with your application. Because I would think that if there's something wrong with this application, send an email. Because they used to say in the visa application form that if there's anything, if they need any further information, they will contact you.
Just still
But they
contact.
never do.
True.
Wow, that must have been so dramatic.
Ha!
Okay.
Let's wait on that.
All right. So far, thank you guys for joining. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box and we would, now that T is here, she'll be able to answer. If you have any questions about student experience, please drop that in the chat box and we would answer that for you. So T, tell us about the teaching style, okay? I know that the teaching methods in, depends on the school and also the course.
Yeah.
Some courses will demand maybe going to sites, going to field or something. You're studying international
Business management.
international business management. So what is the teaching style like for you, based on the different courses, different modules that you've taken?
Well, so the teaching style is, how for UK schools, I think majority of the courses are self-taught. You have to teach yourself. You just go to class for discussions.
Mm-hmm.
They have pre-recorded for all the modules I've done. They already have like pre-recordings and how do I put it, documents and resources that you would need to
Yeah,
read up.
reading materials.
Exactly, reading material. So that's what you need to read
So
up
they
for.
have hold on, they have that pre-recorded class that the lecturer will just
Yes, they have it.
teach.
So they have that pre-recorded class for you to like, and resources like PowerPoint slides. They have that already. So all you need to do is read up, then come to class. The lecturer basically, you guys are just having conversations. Oh, this is this, and you have to read up for classes
So
because
the
you are
lecturer does not, after during the class, the lecturer does not start from the beginning of the slide to teach again. He just enters the discussion.
they try, but of course they want you to. The first thing he would do, the lecturer would ask you, all my lecturers would say is, you are supposed to have read this and studied this on your own before coming to class. So we believe that you have a 60% of understanding of what you're coming to
Oh,
class with.
yeah.
Exactly. So you need to do that. Then you now come to class, and they will run. The lecturers actually run from the beginning of the slide again, but in that fast way of, you already know this. I'm
You
sure you've
already
studied
know
this.
this.
We're not wasting time here. We're not sleeping on this. Then,
Yeah.
like majority of the time, the classes, they always divide us into workshops. So like they divide us into groups, and they give us like assessment or classwork to do, like quickly do a presentation on something, quickly do this, quickly do that in groups. So that's the style for all the lectures I have done so far.
Interesting. I think it's very closely related to what I did because I studied law.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They give you the reading materials on time. But the difference is that we just had reading materials. We didn't have any pre-recorded lectures. But I remember that still in my uni, there are some courses that
Mm-hmm.
were not my course. Those people would have to watch a pre-recorded lectures and then they go to class for just discussion. But it wasn't the same for me. For me, it was just they give you the reading materials. Then we go to class, whether it's online or physical. The lecturer now teaches, and then we discuss. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I just wanted to know that. Okay, almost the same thing. So what is your assessment like
So our
for the
assessments,
different courses? For the different
all
courses.
of funny enough, so I did like 4 courses in total, plus my dissertation, make it 5 for the whole year. So for the 4 courses that I did, what they do is at the beginning of the semester, or maybe to a second week or third week, they release the assessment for that semester. That's your exam. There's no exam. You don't write any exam. That particular assignment of
That's the
5 hours,
essay.
the essay exactly is your exam for the
Hundred
semester.
percent.
100%. Some will be divided into two. You'll have like 2 questions. I think we did for global. One of the courses we did was global strategy, and global strategy was 70, 80. Was it 70% essay, and then we had to do like a poster. We had to print out like a big poster for 20% mark. Yeah, so it
When you
depends.
say poster, what do you mean? Like research poster?
Like a poster, like you would it's not A5. I've forgotten the size now. You print out, like you do like a research poster
Yeah,
of
yeah, I understand.
a particular topic that you're talking about.
Yeah.
You do like the design, like PowerPoints in that particular poster to explain everything from a pictorial point of view, something
Yes.
that once your
Yes.
lecturer sees, oh, I understand what this person is saying, then we had to defend it, but defending is just standing beside your poster, and then
And
they'll
just
come and you look at it. Our model leader too was there to come look at it and all that, so we didn't really even need to say much. They'll
okay.
just
So
correct some people. If you don't have much, they like graphics, they want to see lots of,
yeah, they want to
they want
see.
to see, they want to see the graph. You can't just come and cook up something and all that. So um
Mm,
yeah, so
that's
we had like
interesting.
some of the assignments, like one of the assignment we had to do like presentation, poster and all that, and then some maybe essay. Others were just essays.
So
Yeah.
you've not written any exams
No, we're not writing any exam, and we're not
for your
writing.
course. For your course, or are there other University of Sunderland students who write exams, or is it a
For my
general thing?
course, no, it's a general. IBM is just essays,
Essays.
assignments. Yeah, that's all.
Mm.
No exam for
So,
IBM.
that means whatever subjects or modules you must have picked, it is still going to be coursework.
Exactly, it's still going to be coursework.
So yeah, if you like coursework, thank God I did not attend University of Sunderland because I don't like coursework. I don't like it. I wrote exams, but you know what? The exams was just a camouflage because it was still coursework. You still have to write 5,000, 10,000 words in the space of how many hours? Okay, so that's okay. Somebody's asking here. I joined quite late, so I don't know if it has been mentioned already. But I would like to know which part of the UK she is in. She is in Sunderland, University of Sunderland. That is
Not
not
east,
nothing, not
not
East UK,
east, not
right?
east part of England. Yes, the not east part of
And it's
England.
very cold because today is -5. Oh,
Well, when I was coming, they told me, "Oh, you're going to the northeast." I'm like, "Well, anywhere is anywhere. Let me go." I didn't
well,
understand.
anywhere is not anywhere. Oh.
I did not understand
Londoners are
because
on 1 constantly. You people are -5. Anywhere is not anywhere, please.
it was -6. It was giving us -6 this morning. Then you moved to -5. Well, we're
Mm.
currently on -5 right now.
And this is just early Christmas. January will be worse.
It is cold. I
Sorry.
experienced February cold when
Ekbele.
I came, and I
Ekbele.
thought I was seeing 0. I was like, 1, and like this is the coldest, because they said, oh, this is when the extreme cold is. But fam, this is December and we are hitting -5, -6.
This year's weather is just something else because London in December is usually not 1, but I'm seeing 1. You guys, sorry, cover up. The Lord is your strength.
Coughing up.
Okay, so he also asked about the cost of living there. We'll probably answer that question at the end because it's a comprehensive question. So I would write that down, and then you would give us a breakdown of what the cost of living in your city. All right, now you've told us about the teaching method, the grading system, marking, assessment. Tell us about your accommodation. Earlier in the chat, she had mentioned that she got 100% accommodation scholarship from her university, which is very impressive. So tell us about that. What is my question here is, what kind of accommodation do you live in? So you give us an idea.
Okay, so it's a shared apartment. So when I mean shared apartment, you have your room to yourself. Your room consists of your room, heater, wardrobe. I also have like a sink, like a mirror in my room. But what you'd share the communal area, that's the kitchen. You share fridge, and then you share bathrooms.
With how
So
many people? How many people do you share the bathroom with?
2.
Okay, so 3 people share one bathroom.
One bathroom, yeah. So it depends. It's a house of we have how many rooms? I'm trying to remember. I think we have like 5 rooms, and there are like 2 baths, 3 toilets. So it
Okay.
depends on whatever you want to use. So they're like on each floor there are like 3 baths. Downstairs is a bathroom, toilet. Second floor is just toilet, and then last floor is bathroom, toilet. Yeah.
So you guys the school gave you a flat to like an entire building.
Buildings, yeah. So that's the way the hostels are. So each block has like maybe 5 rooms. Yeah, 5 rooms, 3 baths, 2 toilets. Yeah, 5 to 6 rooms.
So that's a shared apartment with single rooms. The rooms
With
are not
single
en
rooms.
suite, yeah.
Exactly. No, the rooms are not into it.
So now it means that you share the kitchen with 4 other people. You share the
Yeah,
bathroom with two
yeah.
other people. What has been your experience like?
Well, to be honest, when I first came, I was like, we were not a lot. People had not come in as of when I came, so it was still good. It wasn't. It's actually been good because we have like a cleaner. The school provides a cleaner that comes to clean twice in a week. So you're not
Okay.
the one cleaning. All you need to do is to take out the trash in the kitchen. But the cleaner comes to clean, does deep cleaning of the bathroom and the kitchen. So, and then there are rules: when you cook, you clean the gas when you're done. This the burner when you're done. So, but you know how when you live with people, people will always be people.
People will always be people.
People will always be people. Like I'm that person that when I want to use the bathroom, I have like my bathroom kids that the bathroom is clean, but I'm a lady, and that thought of you know the shock. I think my first shock was when they gave me the keys to the room. I'm like, oh, is it just going to be a female hostel? Like everybody in the block, are they all females? And I think the lady, maybe she did not hear my accent though.
Did you
So
not
she's like, oh
understand
yeah,
you?
yeah, I guess. And I'm like, okay. So I went to the room. I think the next morning was Sunday. Sunday morning, I was like, everybody will be around. I was wearing my 90, my short 90, and opposite my opposite roommate. I was like, let me just check and say hi to my female opposite roommate. Opposite roommate. So I just pam 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 pam, and my greatest shock, like I literally wanted to enter the ground because I could have worn my robe on my gown, but I was like, it's just a female. By the time I knocked and opened the door, I just saw this I think he's Moroccan or Arab. He was a guy. I'm like, Jesus.
What did you
I'm like,
do?
hi. I was like, hi, good morning. I'm your neighbor. I just ran back into my room because I was not appropriately dressed in coats. I was wearing normal nightwear, but I'm like, the
You
shock
didn't
of
know.
I
They
didn't
didn't inform you
they
too.
didn't inform me. I'm like, what this lady said, and
It's a mixed accommodation. Come on.
that
But
was
that
like,
lady definitely didn't understand what you were saying.
yes, because I think even before that Monday, I think Saturday morning when I wanted to take a bath, I went downstairs to the because my floor just has the toilet, so that I go
Okay.
downstairs or go upstairs
Oh,
to take your bath. So I went downstairs and I could have used a robe. I'm like, this is just a female hostel, just tie my towel. Well, I just pump up. I thought, let me just knock to check the door. I just heard a guy's voice.
how did he handle it?
I'm like, no, I didn't open the door. I just heard in
Okay,
the
okay,
bathroom,
okay.
like I heard a guy's voice, and I'm like,
Okay. What's
but this
going on
lady
here?
said female. You see the way I ran back upstairs to go and wear my gown, like my robe.
Oh,
So yeah, and I know. So I think we were like 3 females, 2 males, or so, or three. I can't remember, like, because they keep changing us. So it depends on
mm,
your what you used to call it. Some people were already leaving. Some were coming in already. But as
yeah,
of, like 3 females, then 2 males. Yeah, thereabouts. So that's the people will always be people, definitely.
yeah.
So changing the
But at
game.
least some people are more tolerable than others.
Exactly. I had to learn to be more tolerable. I'm that person that, but thankfully I think the part that we had issues were when people use the bathroom. Some people just come out of the bathtub and pour the water, like the chief feels like they pour or turn down the shower on the floor. But we had to put like on the wall, please clean up. There's a mop, so kindly mop when you're done. Squeeze it in the bucket. Just you can, turn it on the bucket and make sure the floor is dried and all
Mm.
that. Yeah, I learned to manage.
So they've
I
been
learned,
complying.
yeah, yes. So right now, most of the time, I'm not always in the accommodation. Like this period,
Mm.
I moved in. Like I'm still with my friends because sometimes you get really lonely. You
Yeah.
don't have anybody to talk to, and most of my friends are staying outside. You don't stay in the hostel, so I'm like, so most times I'm always in my friend's house.
What about your flatmates? You didn't establish like friendship with them?
So if the former ones, the ones that graduated in in
September.
September, I had like a relationship. I had like two Indians, two Nigerians. We have like the existing relationship, but the new
Mm,
guys, because I'm not always in the flat, I don't really know them. Yeah,
mm.
so I just go once in a while. Most times I'm almost at my friend's place now because loneliness in this UK.
I know, especially in this cold.
You have to be, you have to be with your people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You said here, how did you sort out your accommodation? We said this at the beginning. She had applied to school for accommodation and she was able to get 100% scholarship for accommodation for school. So yeah, interesting, very interesting experience. So T, we are wrapping up where like we said, the last question you're going to tell us about what has been like the cost of living.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe we should talk about this cost of living before I ask the last two questions because they are going to help you wrap up. What is it like? How much do you spend on a, cost of living? Okay, outside accommodation,
Outside accommodation.
feeding, you're balling because you don't pay transportation except you're going to some other place that they did not send you
But
to.
sometimes you miss the
Because
bus.
from sometimes you miss the bus. Okay.
Sometimes you miss the bus.
So how
Yeah,
much do
but
you spend like monthly or weekly? Like
I,
food, transportation, groceries and all.
so Northeast is relatively affordable, to be honest. Like,
Okay.
living the northeastern part of England is, really affordable. I would say that monthly. So I have like two experiences when I was living alone and now that I'm living with my friends. So my friends, I'll use the current one. Living with my friends, well, three in the house, two-bed apartment, well, three. And what we spend is we each pay 67 pounds each for monthly grocery shopping.
Groceries. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like we contribute 67 pounds each. So we take that whole money and then we go shopping. But that
And it
does not mean
lasts you
that
guys for a month.
for a month. But that does not mean that in between the week, maybe you get bread, you get egg, maybe
Mm.
when egg finish, or you get milk when you finish and all that. But the major things like rice, like cereal, like the major. We spend about 67 pounds each. I know that cost me about 60, but recently, I don't know what happened with inflation. Like
I've been hearing a lot about cost of living in UK
I
skyrocketing.
just I just went like literally what we used to spend. Like I said, we spent 67 before, but I think last month when we went grocery shopping, it was like 100 and something pounds each of us dropped for a month. Like I'm like, what's going on? What are we buying? But it has
Well,
really increased. But let's just say for a month, when for eating, because I don't really eat out, but I like McDonald's. I don't know. So let's scratch that part.
mm.
but But let's just say that your budget for eating should be like 150, 200 at most.
At most, yeah.
150 at most, 150, 200 in a month. At most, maybe at most 150. 200 is maybe like you have like three birthday dinners in that month
That
and you're going
month.
exactly two birthday dinners. But like 150 should be your budget for a month for eating. Just groceries and eating, basically. Yeah. Transportation,
Okay.
like I said, I don't really take count of because majority of the times I use the free bus, but we have this ticket where if you're going outside Sunderland, if you're going where the buses do not go, so we have like you can for Sunderland you can just get on the bus and pay. You don't need to buy any card or anything, but there's
Yeah.
this ticket where you can do all day tickets. You can do all week. All week is about
Okay.
20 all zones around Newcastle and Sunderland. You pay £22 weekly or £21 weekly. But there are some times where you can do a whole day. So it
Mm.
varies. The transportation system, like it varies, depends on where you're going to or where you will have work. Yeah.
Okay.
But
That's
cost of living
interesting.
is fair, I must say.
But it's relatively higher now than it used to be before, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It's relatively higher, but it's still fair compared to I have friends outside Sunderland and outside this Newcastle part, and I know how much they spend on cost of living, especially
Mm.
It feels like I'm still balling.
I know, right? It depends. It really depends on the city. So Newcastle, Sunderland is a bit affordable than some other cities. Wow, Tolu, we've been speaking for an hour. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
you're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. Guys, if you have any questions, put it in the comment section. We are wrapping up very soon. So, what would you do differently if you were going to school next year, based on all your experiences, what you have seen? If you are advising yourself, you were advising somebody that's coming next year or in the near future, what would you have, looking back, what do you think you would have done differently?
I think that I would have been more open-minded
What do
in
you
terms
mean?
of jobs.
Okay.
I feel like I would have been more open-minded. Like I came from the corporate world from Nigeria and coming to a strange land where I was expecting that, oh, you know what, even if I can't get the fields that I was doing in Nigeria, I was a product manager in Nigeria, I could probably get customer service because I have experience in customer service too. But I didn't really get those kind of jobs. It took me a very long time to get a job. I would have been more open minded to say, okay, you know what, while I'm waiting for what I want, let me do it on
Yeah.
time. Because here in the UK, there's dignity in labor.
Yeah.
You can be a customer service agent, you can be a care attendant, assistant. You both are earning the same thing. You can work in the bank, you guys are earning the same minimum wage. And you might even, the care person might even be earning more. But
True.
I was just like, no, corporate world, did you get that kind of? But eventually, did I get what I want? Yes, I still, of course, do not customer service, but something that I don't have to do care. But it took a
Yeah.
very long time. But in the process, I did some other things. I worked in the kitchen, although those jobs were not frequent like that. But if I had done care like my friends were doing,
Mm.
maybe I wouldn't have really felt the buzz of being broke the way I felt it.
What about jobs within campus? Were there no
So there were
opportunities within
actually jobs
campus?
within campus. So another thing is information. Information is key. Meeting people with the right information was another thing. It took me a while because I don't even know. I'm more very outgoing, but I don't know what just happened. I think that whole period, the shock of coming to a new land, everything. So I didn't really
Yeah.
get much, I think it took me about 3 months to, reach out to school for jobs, but they had, been job openings when we came and I didn't know about
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Exactly. So
Definitely.
I think the moment you get into the school, the student union office should be your first, the careers should be your second best friend. Those two places, because there were always
Definitely.
job opportunities come up. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think,
because schools
yeah,
do have job portals for strictly
yes,
for
they
their
do. They do
students.
actually. And yeah, I think that's what I would give myself more grace. I would tell myself to be open minded, be more open minded in terms of jobs. But now, yeah,
Right.
I have something steady that I'm doing and I'm happy about it. But it took a while. It took me 8 months to get
Wow.
the job. I could have been doing something more in,
Hmm.
I could have been
True.
doing something more. Yeah.
Very true. Yeah. Even me looking back, I maybe not around jobs. I would say opportunities, internships, voluntary. Because when we came, I feel like there's so much information that is thrown in your face, and you feel like, yo, you have enough time. You have enough time. When I arrived in school, I felt like, oh, do this one, do this one. I saw people were picking up this opportunity. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna manage? I won't even blame myself as well because I didn't understand the school system. Like, if I'm going back to UK to study now, ah, I will do everything right. But then I didn't do that earlier. I didn't have any information. I was a
Yeah.
newbie. I was trying to understand the system. So things were just passing by quite easily and
Yeah.
faster. There are some of our colleagues that, as we were rounding off, they were already securing permanent jobs. But
Whoa.
I wasn't able to because I was thinking of how to pass my exams. I was talking about doing job interviews and all of that. So those things are a bit disadvantageous
Yeah.
because by the time you are done, you see that your colleagues have progressed, they've had a lot of interviews, they've done this, they've done that, and they have higher chances of securing permanent jobs than you. So, yes, if you're watching us and you're looking forward to going to school next year, please take this video seriously, take this information seriously. Okay. I think so. My last question is probably tied to the other one. The other one was, what would you have done differently?
Different.
You said you would have been more open-minded. So now, advise somebody that has never been to the UK before and is planning on studying abroad, does not know which city, does not know, just what is that information or advice that you would give that person that is still exploring options of coming to the UK to study based on your experience so far?
Okay, first of all, say do your research. Research is key. Don't just look, don't let anybody sell you anything you're not convinced. Do your research. If you have, like, if you're spiritual, if you have a God factor in your life, ask God to direct you. Because here, when you come to the UK, no man is an island. If you stay on your own, you really, really suffer. I don't know if those can. You would suffer if you stay on your own. So no man is an island. You need information. Information is what takes people, elevates people in this place. The right information. And be open-minded. That's another thing I would say. Be really open-minded. The shock, the buzz that you will receive, just be open-minded and be determined, and look at the future goal, not the current situation that you're going through, or what is around you at the moment. Just think about the end results, what you're here for at the end. And then lastly, have the right people around you.
How do you get the right people when you're just, for instance, somebody goes to the UK, does not have family, does not have friends? How do they build the right people?
Make friends in class. Like, I'm not saying be chatty to everybody, but for me, I think what has helped me, God has actually helped me, like, in terms of picking people, like my friends. Like, I might too, like, okay, I met like one person that is really my person, like, in class. I have other people in my class that are my friends, but I have one person in my class that is my person. Do you get? Then, when people invite you, go out. Don't stay in your room. You see, depression is real. Try and dress up. No matter how cold it is, try and leave your house. When they invite you to go out, leave your house, because you need people. Like, I met my friend organized like two in Nigeria. If you ask me to come for house party, I'll look at you like this. What is that party? But here, games night, I don't joke with it because it doesn't happen often. And then it's an avenue for you to actually meet people. I've met like 3 different people, which I met lots of people here through these game nights that have helped me in this place. Go for career fair. I met somebody in career fair that she just came in, and I feel like the help that I didn't have, I'm helping her. Do you get? So just be open-minded, be friendly, and be kind. Here, you're not doing things to expect things back from people. You're doing things to make you feel good. Do you understand? And I'm saying this I'm talking to myself too. So I'm just saying that be go out, be open-minded, be kind to people, and just you won't suffer. Yeah, you need people. The depression in the UK is real. It's
I
very real.
understand. I completely understand what you mean, especially when you keep saying you need people, because I didn't understand how much I was enjoying until I finished school and I left my student accommodation. So I lived in a student accommodation, and we were about maybe 8 or 9 Nigerians. So we all came together, formed a group. So maybe weekends we will cook, invite ourselves, we will chit
Yeah,
chat, have fun. Everybody's birthdays, we are there, we are having
yeah.
fun, we are dancing.
Mm-hmm.
We were never bored.
Or that's
The moment we left that student accommodation, everybody was scattered around looking for work, looking for accommodation. We were scattered around town. Even to meet was an issue. Like, to plan meetups was a big deal. And we started missing each other deeply. We started lamenting, like, what kind of life is this? So yes,
make
please.
people,
It's very
make
important.
friends, create memories that you will remember and smile. Go out, I keep saying, go to
Yeah.
church. If you're a Christian, look for church organizations, like be a part of the service, because that's how you meet people. Go
Yeah.
to a church. If you're a Muslim, go to a mosque, join an association, join a department.
Mm.
In class, it's not all the parties you should go to, definitely, but like study the person that is inviting you for the party first, and then you can say, this one I will go, this one I won't go, but go
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Eh?
because the people you meet while in school, they'll still be the friends you will keep when you are done with school. When everybody's working and you're bored, you want to hang out, it's still the friends you meet.
Yeah,
It's very hard to make friends at work, Shao, but it's easier to make friends in school.
in
So,
school,
yes.
yes, it's easier. So please
All
don't
right.
stay alone. No man is an island.
Wow, interesting. So, would you say that you are enjoying your time in the UK as an international student?
I I am. I'm having the best time of my life. Like
I
I
hope you are
am.
studying. It's only enjoyment that's written all over this your face.
I'm studying. I'm studying. But I am having the best time of my life, because I was almost depressed when I came. For 4 months of not working, I was always locked up in my room and all that. Depression was real. But eventually I came out. Thankfully, my mom, as in, started calling people in the UK that I never know exist, giving them my number. Please call her, and they were able to encourage me, because I became from that girl that was independent, had money, take care of herself,
Oh
became
my
that
God.
person, became dependent. Do you understand? So you can't stay on your own. Trust me. But that's my advice.
Nice. Wow. Guys, let me know in the comment section if this session was helpful. Thank you so much, Teolua, for
Yeah.
sharing your experience with us. It is invaluable. We're going to save this video on the channel. So please, if you know anybody that is going to, be interested in this kind of content, just share the video with them. Let us know if you learned one or two things in the chat box before I end the live session. Thank you so much, Tiolua. Your experience is very rich, and I see that there's a lot of difference from studying in the northern part of the UK and other parts like London. There are a lot of people in London, but the thing is, I feel like maybe there's more tendency to create or make genuine connections in these other places that you guys are rather than in London.
I don't think so. I can't say, but
It's
here
the
that
same thing in big cities. Big cities, everyone is on the move. Everyone is chasing money. Everyone is chasing the
yeah,
bag.
so
Nobody
everybody's
cares
chasing
about
money. Oh,
relationships. But maybe
hey,
in these other smaller cities, you guys can build genuine connections and all.
everybody's chasing money here too. But we create time for those things that matter, because chasing money is good, but when
Hmm.
you're chasing money alone and you're not balancing it, you'll be depressed
Yeah.
chasing money.
You'll be
So you need
lonely.
to balance. You'll be lonely. You need to
Exactly.
balance it. Exactly.
Wow. I
Thank
know
you
that,
guys.
most of the friends, in fact, most of my very good friends now are the friends I made while I was in the UK. So, yes, please make friends, be open minded, stay positive. And yeah, thank you so much. Somebody says that's absolutely helpful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks, Yolu, and thanks, Kusema. Thank you for joining us. We'll have another live on the channel on Friday, 16th. That we're going to be talking a lot more about visa application, dependent visa, and the person is also in another part of the UK. In fact, the person is in Wales, in one of the universities in Wales. So yes, do well to join that live. Turn on post notification, and thank you, T. Thank
Um,
you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. I wish you the very best in your research.
Thank you. Thank you
Next
very
time I'm in the UK, we shall find each other.
We'll link up. We
All right,
will.
so I'm going to end
Uh,
it now.
okay. Bye.
Bye.